So you were saying about youngsters. My son has never attended.
Okay.
So when I told her the address, she said, I'm asking Prabhuji. My son thought she's asking God himself. Prabhuji is very important.
That's good. You came for the cruise?
Yes.
Huh?
Okay. Myself and Bindu and Babu are there.
At the end, I'll show you a video we have made of the cruise. It's an amazing video. Take it. So, because we are celebrating Ram Navami here, we'll begin with a small prayer of Lord Ram. You all can repeat this after me. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. Let's repeat it again. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. Once more. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I was very happy when Nimi Mataji told me that she wants to do Ram Navami here. So sometimes the Supreme Lord inspires all of us. So we're supposed to do some other topic, but then she got inspired with our Ram Navami boat cruise. She said, why not do Ram Navami in Haldia? So it's a very wonderful way. Actually, all these beautiful festivals should be celebrated with God in the center. So in our boat cruise, for those who are not there, I'll tell you the experience. So people have a different understanding of Goa and boat cruise, right? But our boat cruise was altogether a different experience only. And so many people, quite a few people came to me in the boat cruise and they said, we have attended all the other boat cruises, but they said this was the best. So when you have Krishna, Lord Rama in the center of our life, and you revolve around that with kirtan, bhajans and katha and prasad, this is actual real festival. So this is a real festival. So when you have Krishna in the center, that's where real festival happens. So it's very wonderful that Nimi Mataji got this beautiful idea to celebrate Ram Navami here. So when you do these celebrations, in fact the appearance of the Lord and all these beautiful pastimes have to be actually celebrated in this way. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our great acharyas, he explains in Mahuri. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Madhava Titi means any day is connected to the Supreme Lord. like Janmashtami, Ram Navami, and all these tithis like Dashara, if one celebrates it in a very nice way, in a very proper consciousness, bhakti actually is born in our heart. Bhakti Janani. So these tithis are mothers of bhakti. So this is part of our Vedic culture, the Sanatan culture, where we all come together, keep the Supreme Lord in the center and have festivals. There's nothing wrong in having festivals, but what is important is that we keep God in the center. We give this example, just like you have a mirror, na? If you want to make the reflection, your reflection in the mirror beautiful, how do you do it? Do you apply lipstick and powder to the reflection? How do you do it? You apply it to yourself, the reflection becomes beautiful. Similarly, we are all reflections of God. We are all a part and parcel of God. If we give happiness to God, if we keep the Supreme Lord in the center, try to satisfy Him, you will automatically be happy. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtam. Just satisfy the Lord and you will actually be really very happy. So I'm very happy with this occasion of celebrating Ram Navami here. So today we will discuss something about the Supreme Lord, Shri Ramachandra, and something about some personalities of Ramayan, the great devotees of the Lord, and something about even Ravana and all the negative personalities also. So first thing is, Krishna tells in the Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. It's a very famous shloka in the Gita. So the Lord says, I advent in this world again and again, yuga after yuga, millennium after millennium, for three things. Why does the Supreme Lord come in this world? For three things. Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the devotees. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, to destroy the miscreants. And dharma samstapanartaya, in order to establish dharma. So the Supreme Lord advents time and again in different avatars and different forms in order to establish these principles. So in Treta Yuga, that same Supreme Lord Vishnu appeared as Lord Ramachandra. So even though Lord Ramachandra apparently appeared like a human being, looked like a human being, performed activities like a human being, but he is not a human being. So just like, you have someone who goes to a stage and does acting, right? He may act like someone, but he is not that person. He is just acting like that. So similarly, the Supreme Lord comes in a human form just to set a certain principle for the human beings to follow. So Lord Ramachandra is called Maryada Purushottam. He is showing everyone how to be an ideal person, ideal husband, ideal son, ideal brother, or ideal king. He comes to set these principles in place. So therefore, even though he appears like a human being, but he is not a human being. And if you study Ramayan, for those who have studied Ramayan and heard these pastimes of Lord Ram, you all will know that the Supreme Lord Ramachandra, in many places in the Ramayan, he shows that how he is the Supreme Lord. One of the famous example is the building of the Setu, Ram Setu, from Rameshwaram till Lanka. We all know the story that Lord Ram made this bridge of stones to bring his wife back so that all the monkeys can reach the shore of Lanka. Generally the rule is the stone never floats on water. Have you ever seen a stone float on water? It never floats. But who made this rule? God only made this rule, na? So if he wants, he can change the rule also, because he is the one who made these rules. So the same Supreme Lord, Lord Rama, who made this rule that stones can't float on water, he decided that let the stones float. And the stones actually started to float. When Lord Rama had reached the shore of Rameshwaram, how many of you have been to Rameshwaram? Many of you have been. Actually, it's very important that we visit all these places. For those who feel that Ramayan, Mahabharata, Rama, Krishna are all mythological figures, you have to just start moving around in India. You will understand so many places of pastimes that are connected to these great personalities. So in Rameshwaram, before building the bridge, Lord Ram sits to meditate there, and he's invoking the god of the oceans, Varuna Dev, to give him a way. And when Varuna Dev doesn't give him his way, Lord Ram becomes so angry, he takes a bow and with his arrow is about to destroy this ocean. That time Varun Dev comes and offers prayers to Lord Ram, surrendering himself. So in the Ramayana we find many incidences where great demigods, whether it is Brahma, Lord Shiva, Varuna, Indra, they all surrender to that Supreme Lord and seek his mercy. So Lord Shiva basically, he is also a great devotee of Lord Ram, right? So we all know that in this final war between Ravan and Lord Ram, when this war was happening, Shiva and Parvati, they were sitting from their skies and watching this war, because this was really a war to watch. Just like now for Indians, you get really excited when it is India-Pakistan match, and that too is like World Cup final, like you are on the edge of your seat, you just can't miss it. People take leaves, So this war was like millions of times much more exciting than India-Pakistan World Cup, Ravan versus Lord Ram. And all the demigods are assembled, left everything just to watch this war. So when this war was going on, when this fight was going on, जब ये झगड़ा चल रहा था, उस समय पार्वती जी शिव जी को पूछती है. पार्वती is asking Shiva, अरे रावण तो आपका भक्त है, Ravan is your devotee, why don't you go and save Ravan? So Shiva tells Parvati, Ravan may be my devotee, but I am a devotee of Lord Ram, and Lord Ram has decided that he has to die, so definitely he will die. So even Shiva doesn't do anything, Shiva just leaves. There is a very famous shloka in the Vishnu Sahasranam. You have heard of Vishnu Sahasranam, the 1000 names of Vishnu? So in that there is this very famous shloka, Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So this shloka is spoken by Shiva. Shiva is telling Parvati that I am continuously chanting the names of Lord Ram. So one time when Lord Ram, Ravan comes and kidnaps Sita, I'm just touching some of the pastimes here and there. We could go in a very sequence also, but we don't have so much time. I'm just giving an idea of the different aspects of Ramayan. So in Ramayan, we all know that when Lord Ram leaves Ayodhya to go to the forest for 14 years, so Lord Ram first goes to Chitrakoot. Any of you have been to Chitrakoot? Aap log gaye hain Chitrakoot? Wow, great. So Chitrakoot, Lord Ram stays there for quite a few years. From Chitrakoot, he comes to Nasik, Panchavati, and that is the point where Ravan comes there and kidnaps Sita and takes her to Lanka. So now Ram and Lakshman, they in Lanka, he is the Supreme Lord, he knows everything. But just to build that mood, so he acts as if he doesn't know. So he's coming searching for Sita everywhere, and Lord Ram is crying in separation from his wife. Where is Sita? Where is Sita? He's searching all over the forest. So in one particular incident, where Ram is like a helpless man who's lost his beloved, he's just searching for Sita, crying tears. Suddenly Parvati appears there, disguised as Sita. She comes in the form of Sita there. Immediately offers respects to Parvati. Even though she looks like Sita, Lord Ram immediately recognizes and says, Parvati, my dear mother, how are you here in this pastime? So even though Lord Ram was like crying, just looking at Parvati, he comes in a different mood. So that time Parvati understands, I thought I will come and test this person whether he is the Supreme Lord, but Lord Ram actually knew everything, right? So he was just acting in this mood. In the Ramayan, there is actually a description of the amount of monkeys that were there in the Sena of Lord Ram. You see, this is something very interesting. Lord Ram is about to go and fight a war with Ravan. Ravan has the most sophisticated army. Powerful people with powerful missiles and so many different things. And Lord Ram is going with whom? Monkeys. And how many monkeys? Valmiki Muni, the author of Ramayan, explains a calculation of how many monkeys. He explains a huge calculation. And then he says there were literally millions, trillions, quadrillion monkeys in the army of Lord Ram. In this world, have you ever tried to control a monkey? You can't control a monkey. You tell the monkey to sit, it will jump. You tell the monkey to jump, it will sit. Forget monkeys. We can't even control, manage one or two people. I mean, those who like do the role of manager, you understand, is like very frustrating. I mean, dealing with machines is easy, but dealing with living people is difficult. It's messy. Lord Ram handled this huge army of monkeys. And with this set of monkeys, Lord Ram actually won the war against Ravan. So this itself shows this cannot be done by any ordinary person. Lord Ram is actually the Supreme Lord. In Ramayan, when this war is about to happen, Lord Ram has reached the shore of Rameshwaram. And at that point, they are all making their plans how to cross and how to fight this war and everything. That time, Vibhishan comes and surrenders to Lord Ram. So Vibhishan is a very interesting personality in Ramayan. Vibhishan was the younger brother of Ravan. Staying in Lanka in association of this wicked brother Ravan. But Vibhishan in his heart, he was a great devotee of Lord Ram. Many times we are in a situation where we feel that, I can't do bhakti to Krishna. I'm in a helpless situation, no devotees, this, that. But Vibhishan is setting a benchmark for all of us. Where there is a will, there is a way. Vibhishan was so strong and so determined to do his bhakti to Krishna, to bhakti to the Supreme Lord Ramachandra. Nothing deteriorated him. He was not at all affected. And Vibhishan tried his best to give education to Ravan. He tried his best. He told Ravan, just give up Sita, you'll be happy. Don't play around with Ram. But Ravan was not ready. Ravan in fact started to chastise Vibhishan. I mean, in this world, the irony of this world is, when you go to help someone, that same guy will start to abuse you. You have to be ready for that. Especially a preacher, you try to help someone, that same person will start criticizing you. So Vibhishan selflessly is going to Ram to help to help Ravan, but Ravan is chastising Vibhishan in front of everyone. And he kicks Vibhishan on the chest and tells him, get out. Get out of Lanka with only your cloth. You will not carry a second cloth. He just throws him away. So this is the love in this world. Love in this world is this much only. As soon as someone starts to interfere with your sense gratification, the relation is broken. So Vibhishan was definitely hurt because Ravan rejected him. Vibhishan gave his life to the service of Ravan. But then Vibhishan was also a devotee of the Lord. A devotee means he sees everything as the mercy of God. He understands that there is a plan behind everything. Ravan kicked me out. Anyway, now I'll go and surrender to Lord Ram. So Vibhishan takes the aerial way and he comes to Rameshwaram to surrender to that Supreme Lord. And when he's in the sky, Lord Ram is asking the monkeys, should we take him or not? Here also we see how Lord Ramachandra is such a perfect, sensitive leader and a gentleman. Who is a leader? Why do people worship Lord Ram? Because he's a great leader. Lord Ram is taking opinions of monkeys. Insignificant monkeys, Lord Ram is taking opinion. So Lord Ram is showing that a leader is one who is ready to involve others also. Lord Ram could have just decided whether to take Vibhishan or not, but he is asking the opinion of everyone. And every monkey starts to give their opinion. One monkey says, definitely we should not take him. This fellow is the brother of Ravan. Ultimately the blood of Ravan runs in him. We can't trust him. One monkey says, we'll take him but we'll observe him. Probation period. Right? Only then we'll confirm. We'll have a watch on him. So then Hanumanji, because Hanumanji had gone to Lanka, Hanumanji already knew about Vibhishan. So Hanumanji tells Lord Ram, I know Vibhishan, the palace where bhakti to Ram was happening. So he tells Lord Ram, definitely we should take him. So that time Lord Ram says a very famous shloka in the Ramayan. this shloka is considered to be like, the Charam shloka or the most important shloka of Ramayan. So Lord Ram says, Sakriteva prapanno yas tavasmi iti yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadamyetar vratam mama. So Lord Ram says, if someone comes in front of me, and once sincerely from his heart, if this person says, my dear Lord, I am yours, tavasmi iti yachate, if it is yachana, वो याचना करता है कि भगवान आज से मैं आपका हूं. So many lifetimes I was just wasting my life. Now I have come to my senses. I am surrendering unto you. I am yours now. I am your servant. Lord Ram says, for such a person, I will give eternal protection. Abhayam sarvada tasmai dadamyetar vritam mama. I will give eternal protection to such a person. At that point, Lord Ram tells the monkeys what to speak of Vibhishan. If at this point Ravan comes and surrenders to me, I will give shelter to Ravan also. So Lord Ram's heart is so big. This guy Ravan, who has kidnapped the wife of Lord Ram is ready to forgive Ravan also, provided he comes and surrenders and he repents for his mistake. So Lord Ram says, now that Vibhishan has come and surrendered to me, I will crown Vibhishan the king of Lanka. The war didn't start also. They have not even reached Lanka. In Rameshwaram only, Lord Ram does a coronation ceremony with the ocean water and he coronates Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. You will be the king. Just see the confidence of the Lord. So some monkeys ask the Lord, now you made Vibhishan the king of Lanka. What if tomorrow Ravan comes and surrenders? What will you give Ravan? Lord Ram says, now I have given Lanka to Vibhishan. If Ravan comes and surrenders to me, I will make Ravan the king of Ayodhya. If Ravan comes and surrenders. So the devotees ask Ram, if you make Ravan the king of Ayodhya, what you will do to Bharat? Because you have given Ayodhya to Bharat. Lord Ram says, I will make Bharat the king of Vaikunta. I will give him the spiritual world. So then the monkeys ask the Lord, if you give Vaikunta to Bharat, where will you stay? So the Lord says, I am happy to stay in the heart of my devotees. That's my position. So the Supreme Lord Ramachandra is so merciful. So merciful. Whatever we may have done, right? Whatever we may have done, if we just surrender to the Lord sincerely, then the Lord will definitely accept us. So the Ramayana is filled with such jewels of wisdom, so many lessons to learn from, and so many personalities. Example of Vibhishan himself. You see, when Vibhishan went to surrender to the Lord, it's not that Vibhishan sent a SMS to Lord or he sends a WhatsApp message to Lord. See, I'm leaving my family and Lanka, I'm coming to you. Will you accept me? No confirmation reply. Generally, when you go to a place for an outing or whatever, we first book our rooms and everything, then only we go, na? Book what rooms, we book our meals, everything. Everything arranged, then only we go. Vibhishan has left Lanka. He knows that once you leave Lanka, someone is not going to take back. He's not got a confirmation letter from Ram still. And Vibhishan leaves. And because he takes that step with faith, therefore the Lord is most pleased with Vibhishan. So Vibhishan's example is the best example of surrender. In all our life, if we want to achieve that Supreme Lord, there is something we have to give up. If you feel that everything will be perfect, I'll hold on to everything material and then I'll surrender to the Supreme Lord, also it will not happen. Only someone who takes this risk, has faith in that Lord and does this step, only such a person can witness miracles in life. Right? And Lord Ram, because Vibhishan took the step of surrender, he left Lanka. He just gave up his kingdom, he gave up all the opulences, he went to the Lord. What did Vibhishan get in return? He got surrendered to the Lord, he got the Supreme Lord, but finally he got Lanka also. The Lanka he gave up, he rejected for that Lord, he got Lanka also. But Ravan, he didn't surrender to the Supreme Lord, he was very attached to Lanka. What did Ravan get at the end? Ravan neither got Lord Ram nor got Lanka. So Vibhishan's example is a very beautiful example in our lives. With little faith, with little Shraddha, if we give our time and energy to that Supreme Lord, we will be the gainer on all levels. We will gain on all levels. It's not that the devotee loses materially, a devotee gains even materially, and spiritually though definitely. So Vibhishan's example is a very beautiful example of how we should live a life of surrender. I'll tell you one or two more examples, and then we can have Kirtan. In Ramayan you have this example of Bharat Maharaj, the younger brother of Lord Ram. What an example of Bharat. See, to cut the whole thing short, Ramayana is a huge storyline, but we all know that Lord Ram had his own mother Kaushalya and two stepmothers, Kaikai and Sumitra. So Kaikai's son was Bharat. So Kaikai, she actually had great love for Lord Ram. She loved Lord Ram like anything. More than her own son Bharat, Kaikai loved Lord Ram. But somehow there is this personality called Mantara who enters into the life of Kaikai, right? So Mantara represents the mind. So the scriptures explain, originally we all have love for that Supreme Lord. We all have. But when we allow our hearts, when we give our hearts to personalities like Mantara to poison us, the love for God goes away. So Kaikai, who had such love for Lord Ram, because she trusted the words of Mantara over the words of great sadhus and saints like Vashishta, Kaikai became so envious of Lord Ram, she sent Lord Ram away to the forest because she wanted to enthrone Bharat as the king. So when this whole episode was going on, Bharat was not there, he was there in his uncle's place. So after Lord Ram went to the forest, Bharat comes back to Ayodhya and Kaikai gives Bharat the good news. Now Ram is no longer there, you are the king. Bharat says, I don't want this kingdom. My position is very clear, I am only a servant of Lord Ram. Where will you find this example in this world? People in this world are ready to do anything to get the throne. Hai ki nahi? Now you will see many things happening, election time coming up, right? So people are ready to do anything. They are ready to kill their own family members, they are ready to do anything for that post. Bharat, he got that post, that position. And king of Ayodhya meant the king of the entire world. He got that post. All the ministers are telling him, now you be the king. There is no king here. Bharat was not ready. Bharat said, I don't want any of this. I just want service to the Lord. So Bharat, with all the citizens of Ayodhya, he goes to Chitrakoot. And to convince the Lord that you please come. Lord Ram in Chitrakoot tells Bharat, nothing doing, I don't want to come. I promised to my father and mother, I will stay in the forest. I will complete my 14 years of exile, then only I will come. So in this Ramayan, in this episode, you have two brothers, Ram and Bharat, fighting. Fighting for what? Each one is trying to tell the other, you take the post, I don't want to be the post. This kind of fights where you can see it. This Treta Yuga. In Kali Yuga, completely opposite. Right? So Lord Ram finally tells Bharat, you are younger, you have to listen to me, just go to Ayodhya and rule. So Bharat, he takes the Paduka of Lord Ram and comes back to Ayodhya. And Bharat is such a devotee. He doesn't sit on the throne of Ayodhya. He puts the Paduka of Lord Ram on the throne of Ayodhya. And every day Bharat would go and report to the Paduka. Every day, what he did on that particular day, he would report to the Paduka. And you know where Bharat stayed? The 14 years where Lord Ram was in exile, outside of Ayodhya, for those who have been to Ayodhya will know this place, outside of Ayodhya is a village called Nandigram. This is where Bharat stayed for 14 years. Because his mood was, Lord Ram for 14 years he is not going to enter the city. I will also not take any comforts. 14 years he stayed in this Nandigram. And Bharat also matted his hair and wore dress of an ascetic. There was no need for him. But he did that. Because he said, I can't be in a better position than Ram. he also matted his hair. So if you go to Nandigram, this place is still there where Bharat matted his hair, wore this deer skin. And Bharat decided that he will eat every day barley soaked in cow urine. For 14 years, this is what Bharat ate. Because Lord Ram had taken a vow, for 14 years he will not eat any cooked food, only what's available in the forest. So because Lord Ram was doing this austerity, Bharat felt, I can't eat anything better than this. For 14 years, Bharat, as the king of Ayodhya, ruling Ayodhya, this is what he was eating every day. And you know where Bharat would sleep? Below the ground. If you go to Nandigram, there is still that hole. He dug a hole below the ground and he slept. Because Bharat's mood was, Lord Ram is sleeping on the ground, on the earth. I can't sleep on the level of the Lord. He dug a hole and slept below. This is the kind of devotion Bharat had. And the most amazing thing was, being in Nandigram, doing all these austerities, Bharat still ruled Ayodhya as a servant of Lord Ram, as a representative of Lord Ram. It is explained that when Lord Ram came after 14 years of exile, the treasury of Ayodhya had increased 10 times by the efficient management of Bharat. So Bharat is an example of a leader who is not interested in facility. He is only interested in carrying out his duties. Today's leaders want facility, want the perks, but they are not at all interested in responsibility. This is the mood of Bharat Maharaj. So Ramayana is filled with personalities like this, great examples of personalities like Vibhishan, like Hanumanji, who had such selfless surrender to that Supreme Lord. So all of us, it's very important for us that on this occasion of Ram Navami, these festivals are just not festivals to have fun. The fun part is there definitely, but these are festivals of contemplation, to go a little deeper and offer a prayer to that Lord. Just like on a birthday, generally on a birthday you go and give a gift to a birthday boy. Right? The Ram Navami is the birthday of Lord Ram. So what gift you and I can give Lord? I mean, he has everything. He doesn't need a birthday gifts. But one thing that we can give him is like Vibhishan and all these personalities. If we can, we definitely can't imitate the surrender of Vibhishan, of Bharat and all this. This is like very high. But at least these personalities are to inspire us that we need to sacrifice something and make some step closer to the Lord. We have to, as life goes on, as days pass, we are supposed to go closer to the Lord. We have to make certain commitments that help us move closer. If we can do that, that means we have actually celebrated Ram Navami, and actually the Supreme Lord is born in our hearts. So Ram Navami is the day when the Lord is born. So real Ram Navami happens when the Lord appears in our heart, when he is born in our heart. And for him to be born in our heart, we need to develop this kind of faith and surrender. And in Kali Yuga, the best way to surrender to that Supreme Lord, Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, is to chant his holy names. That's the best way to surrender. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. The Supreme Lord descends again in Kali Yuga as the holy name. So therefore, time and again we have been stressing this point of chanting the holy names of Krishna, chanting the holy names of Lord Ram, chanting this Mahamantra. It is through this Mahamantra that one can actually experience all these very beautiful pastimes. So when you chant and follow this life and try to hear all these beautiful pastimes, then you will find this devotion to that Lord actually awakening in our heart. So we all have this innate devotion. It's very natural for us to have devotion to the Supreme Lord, but it's all covered up now. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoy Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kariya Uday. So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that love for Krishna is already there within our hearts, but it is covered with so many anarthas. Lust, anger, pride, greed, envy, illusion. But when we keep chanting the holy names, all these anarthas go away. And we will naturally become a great lover of God. And all these great personalities, we can just go on and on to explain the life of each personalities. Right? So these should be the heroes in life. In today's world, we have n number of other heroes which are actually useless. Meditating on these heroes will contaminate your heart. But these are the heroes we should meditate on. Hanumanji, Bharatmani. If we meditate on these heroes and make them our goal in life, then we can actually become wonderful devotees of the Lord. So with this prayer and hope, I'll end today's session. So my humble request to all of you all is that on this Ram Navami Tithi, let us take some sankalpa, some vow to commit to the process of chanting. Right? Like Vibhishan, we don't have to give up our home and go. You all want to do that? No, you all don't want to do that. So you don't have to do that. The only thing that you have to do is chant Hare Krishna. Is it difficult? So if you are sincere, it's actually very easy. So thank you very much. We have Manu, he's a very beautiful singer. So as we chant these holy names of Krishna, the holy names of Lord Ram, let us all sincerely pray to the Lord that He may appear in our lives, and our lives can actually become successful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram. Anyone has any questions? Any questions, any comments?
Well, I think it's very interesting to hear about Bharat. We hear so much about Ramji that even for me, I really learned a lot about Bharat. Lord Bharat, because he sacrificed, and we don't hear that much about him. So that was very nice to know that he, as a brother, he did.
Ramayana is unlimited. There are so many things to hear and learn from. In India, our actual education system was teaching children from Ramayan, Mahabharata. This was the syllabus. Indian Gurukul system. This was the syllabus. Just by reading these two books, spiritually you will grow, but you will know everything about relations. You will know everything about how to deal with people, how to become a sensitive human being. A to Z, you will know everything. So our Indian education system, the Gurukul system, the main books were Ramayan, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita. These three things you know well, you will be the most intelligent, most civilized, most advanced, most refined human being. So this is what is missing in today's society. It's important that we give the youngsters this. I was in one house program. I was asking the children, do you know about Ravan? Many children didn't know. I asked the children, have you heard about Duryodhan? Children didn't know. I asked the children, have you heard about Bhishma Dev? They didn't know. After that, I asked the children, do you know He-Man? Every children knew. I asked them, have you heard about Superman, Spider-Man? All of them they knew. He-Man, Spider-Man, Superman, are they real or mythological? And these are just created fictions. Children know everything. But children don't know the heroes that they are actually supposed to know. Hearing about He-Man, Superman, what qualities you're going to develop? Hardly anything. Just some entertainment, that's all. But these are the personalities you will hear. If children hear about these personalities, they can actually become great. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.